Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are having one fantastic day. We are wearing short sleeve shirts again here in Kentucky. Woo! Thank goodness, because I'm not a cold weather person. I like the warm weather. So today's vlog I'm really excited to do because I love sharing tips that can help you purchase a car and just make it not suck. By the way, buying a car doesn't have to suck. Nice trademarked saying that I brought up a few years ago. But I'm here to help, and I'm here to make the car buying process simple, and then also arm you with tons of knowledge to do it. So if this is the first time you are viewing my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the bell notifications on, and leave a big old fat thumbs up. Before I begin this video, I do want to give a few shout outs to people who have bought stuff in the Chevy Dude merch store. If you'd like your shout out in the next vlog, Chevy Dude merch store down in the description link below. So we will start our shout outs with James Lee from Texas, Robbie, I believe it's pronounced Benet because you are from Canada, James Pay from South Dakota, Eric McKee from Wisconsin, and lastly, this is probably one of the coolest shout outs I've ever done so far. This is Jonka. He's right here on my showroom floor, and he flew here all the way from Sri Lanka to see me. Huge honor. Thank you so much for stopping by the Bachman Chevrolet showroom. Again, if you would like a shout out in the next vlog, buy something in the Chevy Dude store, which that link is in the description below. So let's get right into the vlog and talk about how you can buy a car with challenge credit. Now, I want to keep you away from buy here, pay here credit places, and I want to keep you away from independent dealerships that focus on the challenge credit or the subprime credit market. Those places typically, again I say typically, I'm not bashing anybody because I know a lot of people in this market and they're really good people. Of course I associate myself with the good people, but the ones that are not so good, I don't know, and I see a lot of tactics that they do. And some of them do some really shady stuff in order to get you approved. They'll lie about income, they'll lie about the car options, all that stuff in order to do one thing, and that is put money into their wallet. It's the only thing that they're doing. They're not helping you. They don't want to sell you another car down the road. They only want to help you. So the video you're about to see is something actually from a few years ago. I used it during February, January time. I used it to gain the subprime buyers in my local market on a Facebook sponsored ad. It did really, really well for me. I did a lot of subprime business, and I also have kept those customers for life. They'll never buy another car anywhere else, and they'll never, ever, ever trust anybody else. That's my goal in life, is to help people out and to gain the respect from you to never want to buy a car from somebody else. So watch this video, and then I'm going to come back afterwards and kind of give you a couple more tips on things to do.
Hi, I'm Mike Davenport, Louisville's Chevy Dude here at Bachman Chevrolet in Louisville, Kentucky. And today I'm going to give you 4 tips on how to get approved for a car loan if you have challenge credit. Number 1 tip, make sure you are open-minded. The worst thing that can happen is if you walk in with a chip on your shoulder, with an attitude, or simply saying, hey, I'm not going to deviate from this idea. That's the worst thing you can do to rebuild your credit. You got to remember there's 3 goals in mind when you are buying a car and you have challenge credit. 1 is get good, reliable transportation. 2, get a payment where you can afford. And 3, most importantly, rebuild your credit. So come in with an open mind. It's going to be huge. Number 2 tip is have equity. Equity is a big player for everything involved when you're buying a car. There's a lot of dealers out there that say, hey, $1 down delivers, $49 down delivers, we'll give you $3,000 more than your trade's worth. Those are all gimmicks, and those actually work against you when you're buying a car when you have challenge credit. So equity is key. 10% is a good down payment, 20% is the most ideal down payment. The more money you have down, the better it is, because it helps out with, number 1, getting approved. 2, it helps out with better terms. It helps out with a better car. It helps out with lower interest rate. It helps out with a lower payment. And most importantly, it helps out with your equity position to trade out of that car, because we're having an open mind, remember? Trade out of that car sooner to get to a better situation down the road. Number 3, have all your documents in order. This is key to the bank. If I can submit to the bank all your documents while you're here, this is going to allow you to get things done quicker. It's going to allow things to get done smoother, and it's going to allow you to get on to more important things that require your time than spending all day in a dealership. Look in the description below, because that's going to tell you everything that you need. Bring that in, because it's so important. Number 4, use the Chevy Dude. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm not gonna BS you in any way, shape, or form. A simple Google search will show you everything that I do in this car business. 17 years of experience of helping people get approved when they have challenge credit, improve their credit when they have challenge credit, and 3, get the car that they want every single time. I love helping people get better situations down the road. When you sit there and submit a review and your story on how I did business with me, that is the ultimate compliment. So that's my goal. And then when you send me customers down the road to help them out as well, huge compliment. So use me, because I've got the experience. I'm not going to BS you, and I have a massive amount of after the sale tools that's going to allow you to have a better ownership. Number 1, I have an app for all my customers to use for service appointments, schedule appointments with me, roadside assistant, so on and so forth. So make sure you use me.
All right, so I set the camera up this way intentionally because I've got some colleagues back there. Now watch, they'll photobomb me, okay? Just watch. So, seeing that video, even though I did it a few years ago, it's completely 100% accurate and true in 2018 going into 2019. At the bottom of this video, in the description, is everything you need to know. See, he's right there. I told you he would. So in the down in the description, there's a big long list of things that you need to make sure that you have when you have challenge credit. Now, a couple things that I don't have on that list. This is so important. People come into the dealership all the time. It makes the car buying process suck for you. It makes it suck for me. And for both of us, we're here and involved in a deal way too long. So a couple tips that you need to know is have your driver's licenses updated to where you actually live, where you're going to title the vehicle. These subprime banks do not want to see discrepancies in anything. You're already coming in with not the best credit. They're on their radar, and they are sitting there looking for a way to buy the deal, but they're also looking for ways to say, hey, listen, we don't want to take this risk with this person. So help yourself in the beginning and do the things before you're even thinking about stepping foot into the dealership. So driver's license matching your house of residence. I don't care if you moved yesterday, go to the DMV and get your license updated today with the current address. Secondly, make sure you have bills in your name. I don't know how many times that I work with somebody and they don't have an electric bill or a water bill in their name. So have utilities in your name of the residence that you're looking at. A lot of times these banks will sit here and look or ask for proof of roof, proof of residence. And what that is an electric bill, cable bill, water bill, cell phone bill, something to that effect with your name on it and the address that you're putting on your credit application. Thirdly, make sure you have a bank account. A bank account is huge. A lot of these banks want to see bank statements. So just as I put in the comments below in the description, having proof of income is huge, and a lot of times they will want to see if you have child support or anything like that. They want to see that going into a bank account. So make sure you have a bank account, not a business bank account. You want to have a personal bank account. So if you are a 1099 self-employed person, have a personal bank account, have a business bank account. It's going to only help you in the long run. Also, have a W-2 job. The 1099 employees, the self-employed businesses, those are some of the toughest deals to get done. And then, as I always tell you, come in with money down. Money down is huge. I said that in the video. It's going to be absolutely best for you. It's going to be best for the dealership. And it's going to be best for your credit in the long run, because again, you got to remember, our goal is to find an affordable car, find a car that fits your wants and needs, get dependable transportation, and most importantly, build your credit. So that way when you come back to buy a car next time, you don't have to go through any of this stuff. If you've recently filed and completed your bankruptcy proceedings, Make sure you have everything in writing that your bankruptcy is discharged. And most importantly, the biggest misnomer is someone's going to tell you to go out there and find a credit card, put some little bit of money on it. That is the absolute worst thing to do. If banks sit there and see that you've gotten a credit card and you start putting money on it, regardless if it's $50, $100, $300, it doesn't matter, they're gonna be scared, 100%. So if you do decide to get a credit card, which is a good idea to build your credit, get it, put it in the drawer and never use it. Revolving debt is the worst debt to have, and revolving debt is the killer to your credit score. So if you have a $300 credit card limit and you put $100 on there per month just to build credit, which is not building you credit, it's hurting you, that credit utilization is going to be at 33%, which is over the algorithms of the credit bureaus, and it's going to drop your score. So the goal is here to rebuild your credit and get your score up completely. I've gotten credit scores done in the 490s, certainly 500s, and then the 600s, and I've seen some people with some pretty crappy credit, just put it out there, that had a 700 credit score and they got bought at a stupid low rate. So it's all because they've done things certain ways. So these tips that I shared with you earlier in the video are huge. They're going to help you down the road, and most importantly, remember, be flexible. You got to keep in mind that the goal is to get good, reliable transportation that you can afford and build credit. With those tips, I hope it helps you purchase your next car and makes everything with your car buying process extremely simple. If there's anything I can do for you, reach out to me at ChevyDude.com. I'm here for you. As always, have a great day and drive safely.